So historically, if you were to ask someone how they felt about the word a gold digger, it would be someone who's looking to go find wealth through someone else. And what we're going to talk about here today is how to be your own gold digger and how to find diamonds in your database, gold in your database. Because recently, some of my colleagues have been saying that it's been a tough market, whether they're in real estate, whether they're in automotive, whether they're in home remodeling. It just hasn't been the same market as previous years. So oftentimes, if it's a tough market, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And most people either freeze and procrastinate and really don't take any step forward because it kind of feels overwhelming and they shut down, or some other people double down in this time. We're going to talk about how to double down and dig for gold in some of the data that you already have instead of buying data. Buying data is fine, but if it's a tough market and we don't have a ton of money, let's use the data that we already have. So if I were to go look for my next few relationships, AKA transactions, with the data that I already have, I'm going to look in a few places. Number one, I'm going to start in my CRM, which is a database of names of your clients. So you could start there. Some people don't have a CRM, so their CRM is actually all the contacts in your phone. You can also look in your phone. So if you are someone who has a CRM where you have all of your prospects' names and emails and phone numbers, I'd start there. So I'm going to go back to a few people in that CRM. I'm going to go back to people who showed interest, but maybe never scheduled an appointment. I'm going to reach back out to them. I'm also going to go to my CRM and reach out to people who had an appointment, but maybe didn't make a decision because of XYZ objection or condition. And then I might also go and reach out to people who decided, but maybe they didn't decide that I was their option because they might have had a good or bad experience with one of my competitors. So I might reach out to them because they might need the work redone. You're talking to someone who had to have work redone at their house a few times, or maybe had different coaches over the years for the same goal that needed to be hit. So I'm going to go into my CRM or my phone if I don't have a CRM, and I'm going to go people who showed interest, people who I've met with, people who I met with who didn't move forward because they had an objection or condition, and then people who maybe didn't pick me. That's the first place I'm going to look for gold in my database. Number two, I'm going to look on social media. I bet if you're a bit like me, you probably have people message you on either Facebook, TikTok, ClickClock, LinkedIn, you name it, whatever social media platform you're on, people have showed interest or engaged with your material. And don't even just go back a few months. I might go back 2, 3, 4, 5 years of where people had questions about something that you do, and they're going to be on my list of people. Because if I want to go and potentially find business and I'm doubling down, I'm going to go as far back as possible, and I'm going to go through as many resources as possible. So we have our contact management system. For some people, that's their phone. I'm going to go through my social media channels, any private messages that someone might have sent me about my service. Number three, I'm going to go to my past clients, because my past clients, they could potentially refer me people who could potentially need my services because they needed my service. And I could go back 5, 10 years. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get as many people to talk to as possible to see if I can help them with the service I provide, if it makes sense for them. And 91% of your past clients would be happy to refer you, and only 11% of professionals ask. Only 11% ask. That's according to SalesLine. So again, the CRM, social media channels, past clients. Then I'm going to go to paper. Believe it or not, I still have all of my notebooks from when Stacy and I started prospecting 5 years ago. There's still names in there that I wrote down who could be potential clients. I even sometimes go through the notebooks, message Stacy. I'm like, hey, when was the last time you talked to this person? Because sometimes we lose track of people, especially if we've been prospecting for a long time. So I'm actually going to go and look through paper. And if you're I don't know, maybe 35 years or older, you might have paper laying around with someone's phone number that you wrote down on a call that you took randomly. So I'm going to actually look through paper of people who I spoke with and maybe look them up and talk to them. And then after I go through paper, I'm going to go to business cards. I am an active business card collector. I wouldn't say I'm an active business card follow-upper. I probably have down in my office probably close to 1,000 business cards of people who could be a potential client. But maybe I called them, maybe they're in my CRM, maybe they're not. So I'm going to reach out to them. And then last but not least, I'm going to reach out to people who are in similar industries. For example, if I am a wedding event planner, I might reach out to someone who's a wedding photographer. I might reach out to a dressmaker. I might cross promote on other people's audiences. So if I want to double down, it's a tough market and I want to find business, I'm going to dig through my own database to find that gold. My CRM, it could be my phone with lost text messages, social media channels, past clients, any paper notebooks where I might have written down someone's name, old business cards, and then people in similar industries to see who can maybe use my service. Now you might be saying, well, Andrea, once I get all that data, what do I do next? You reach out to them. We can't reach out to them and be cringy. You're like, hey, you know anyone who's looking to do X, Y, or Z? No. We have to reach out to them and make it about them with a certain format. If you've been following our channel before, we have something called Opening Fact Question that we teach. Hi, my name's Andrea at the XYZ Company. The last time we spoke, ABC, and then a small ask. And if you are looking to know what to say when you're reaching out to people, I will drop a video link in the chat. If you want to know some examples of what to say for your industry, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. I will be happy to answer it either now or after the Facebook Live. So say you're like, Andrea, I met someone at a networking event and I'm not sure what to say and I have the business card and I want to do what you're telling me, but I'm not sure how to go about it. And I'm just going to spitball this. So I might say something like, hey, Beth, this is Andrea at the XYZ Company. Not sure if you remember me. We met at a networking event back in X, and I saved. You must have really made an impression on me because I saved your card. And then something I'm gonna say next. It could be something about their business. It could be, have you been to any networking events lately? It could be, I'm reaching out to cross network and see what I can do to support you, right? It has to be something about them. So it doesn't have to be that big of an ask. It's just a way to reconnect with someone. So when you are making these outreaches, we're looking for discussions. We are not looking for transactions. We're not looking for decisions. We're looking to start a relationship. And once you start having these conversations, that's going to lead to opportunities. That's going to lead to momentum. It might take a few weeks to get something to pop up. And if you're thinking, well, I don't have a couple of weeks, I would say double down. If you don't have appointments, keep prospecting. Something will pop up if you're doing the activities. So instead of being paralyzed in fear that you don't have money coming in, those are just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ways to start prospecting. Again, after the Facebook Live, if you want to reach out to someone, you have a question, you're not sure what to say, put it in the chat. I will happily respond to that. I'm happy to support you. This is something that is my specialty, reaching out to people and knowing what to say. I will also drop the link for the Facebook Live that we did a few weeks back on how to re-engage old leads. And last but not least, if you are looking to get better at this and you want to come to a sales course, the good news is our next sales class starts tomorrow. I can also send you the promo code. So if you want to know more about that class, I will drop your name in the chat as well, and I will send you the promo code for the next course that we have coming up that starts tomorrow. Hope you have a great Monday. And when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Let's go find some gold in your database.